Welcome back to our blind beer tasting tournament. Today's the 14th day of qualifiers. My wife's randomly selected 2 beers for today's taste. The bottles are fully covered and off to the side, and our cups are labelled A and B. I will judge these beers on aroma, carbonation, colour and body. However, I have no actual experience in tasting beers, so I'll just tell you which one I prefer to drink. Let's start with beer A first. Beer A is less clear. It's slightly darker just on the camera, but with the human eye it is a bit darker. It's got a very frothy head on it. It's hard to see with these giant glasses that I have, but it's definitely a bigger head. Carbonation. It's got a little bit. It's not the most carbonated beer. So I've done 13 blind tastes now. I've found that heads like this in a beer means it's most likely a dry, if I remember what I've done properly. So I'm expecting this to be some sort of dry before I even smell or taste it. Smells very standard, nothing jumps out, it doesn't smell like it's very sugary or sweet. Smells mid-strength. Yeah, it tastes like a mid-strength. Tastes very standard, very common beer. It's not bad. Quite easy to drink. Does have a lot of taste to it. Beer B. Beer B looks very standard as well. Nothing jumps out about this beer. Looks like it's got a bit of carbonation in there. These glasses aren't great to tell, but I can see it in person. It's got a little bit. It's got no head on it, so I'm not thinking it's a dry. Smells quite strong. Tastes really bad. It's got a strange taste. Doesn't taste really bad. It just sort of caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting the flavour. It'll take me a while to come up with the word to describe it properly. It's a very strange flavour. It's definitely not sweet or sour. Maybe a touch bitter. It's a very strange beer. I've never drank this, or if I have, I had one and I put the rest back. It's not real pleasant to drink. The first initial taste has a lot of flavour going on, but it's not good flavour. It's making you think, what the hell are you drinking? Beer A. Beer A's just got a very general beer flavour. You could sit down and enjoy this. You don't know what beer you're drinking, but you know it's a nice beer or a regular beer, a common beer. Doesn't have a lot going for it either, but it's pleasant. This one's pleasant and this one's not nice. Not nice unless if you enjoy that very specific bitter taste. That's not probably meant to be bitter. I don't think it's a bitter beer. I think beer A is a dry beer. And going off the beers that I have left that I haven't used out of my 32, I think this has to be a super dry Hahn. for beer A, which is our winner today. And beer B is very odd. It has to be something a bit out there like a Peroni Red. So Peroni Red, Hahn Super Dry, our winner by a mile, no matter what it is. Let's reveal option A first. So option A, sit that to the side. So I can see the bottle cap, so it's definitely a Hahn. Alright, so this is, I called Hahn Super Dry, I did call A. And you can see the A there just. I probably need to get a new texture because I think this is the second day in a row that this has been a bit shabby. So A, Hahn Super Dry, so we guess that correctly. And I could tell before we even tasted it, the head on it just screamed dry from past experience. Option B is our loser today. Ooh, Hahn Ultra Crisp. And there's the B there. So for two Hahn beers, they tasted dramatically different. So this beer is 99% sugar free. I found a lot of the beers I've enjoyed are sugar free or low sugar beers. 1.2 standard drinks, 4.6% alcohol. Carbohydrates, 2.2 grams. Our loser today, 4.5 grams. So this said lower carbs, but it actually has more carbs than the one that just says low carbs. So bit of strange marketing going on there from the weird Sydney ciders, which Hahn is a New South Wales beer, so that explains a lot. Sugars both have 0.3 grams. This is, our loser had slightly less alcohol, 1.1 standard drinks compared to 1.2. 4.2% alcoholic volume instead of 4.6. You shouldn't drink if you're pregnant on both of them, so that's good. Thanks for joining me for today's beer review. It was a Hahn shootout today between the Super Dry and the Ultra Crisp. The Super Dry came out on top by a fair margin. It was a much nicer, cleaner, just overall better to drink beer. Its cousin, the Ultra Crisp, had a strange taste. It had nothing going for it that was better than the Super Dry. So the Super Dry was a very clear winner today. We'll move on to our next round. Let me know if you like Hahn beer and which one of these two Hahns you prefer. Also, let me know what your favourite beer is and I'll try to sneak it into my next series. I'll see you next time.